In terms of Junior Hoylett, you mentioned him. Is there any further movement on his contract situation?
No, there's no movement. There's no offers come in, and there's no movement on Junior's side. The good thing is that he's back. He's trained today, trained yesterday. He's looking sharp. So you know, that's a big positive to at least have him back out there.
There's been some interesting quotes from Chris Samba in a French magazine today, saying that, well, to all intents and purposes, it looks as though he's angling for a move. Are you aware of those comments? Have you had a look at?
No, somebody's told me that. I haven't read them, so you know it's difficult to comment because you know I haven't read the article, and you know Chris was in this morning. I haven't spoke to Chris on it at all. We trained very well, and you know, all I can say about that without reading the article is that there was interest from a club last week. There was 2 bids from one club that were refused, and there was a statement put out by the club that he's not for sale, and you know, it was a strong statement, and you know, that's a statement that we're backing, you know, all the way. He's a potent player for us, and we want him to stay.
But it seems a pretty strong statement from Samba as well. If you'll allow me to just give you a couple of the quotes. He said, "Lately, mentally, it's been difficult. I tried to maintain my level of performance, but I sense that it is time for a change. The club doesn't evolve at all. I'm resigned. I've always put the interests of the club before my own. I've invested a lot. I've tried to lead by example, but things have not gone as I was told. I hope people will understand me." A lot of people might look at that and think that's a pretty clear indication that he wants to leave.
Well, all I would say on that is, you know, his level of consistency, his level of leadership. You know, certain quotes that he said in there, I would echo. But on the club side of it, you know, we committed ourselves to Chris. You know, he's not a long time into a long contract. You know, there's been an offer that's come in. We've said no, and you know, there was interest last window, and I believe there's been, you know, long before me when I've been sitting here, there's been interest all along. It doesn't surprise me because he's a quality player for us, and we'd like to keep him. And I would just like to, you know, end it at that.
Are you facing a battle because of that? Then do you think, to some extent?
Well, I think all your good players you'll always get interest, but you know, we've refused the offer, and you know, he's not for sale.
Following on from that, in terms of perhaps trying to bring players in, we've heard from sources that you've made a bid for Andy Johnson at Fulham. Is that right?
Well, I don't want to mention any names. I've said at the beginning of the window, we'll try and get bodies in. We'll try and get them in as quickly as we can. It's been slow, and I don't even think it's been slow just for us. It's been slow for everybody. I don't want to name anybody. Don't want to give you numbers. Don't want to give you figures. But you know, we've been very busy. We've been very busy over the last, you know, 8-9 days, and you know, we'd like to be sitting here, you know, announcing people and you seeing faces as opposed to speculation.
Are you closer, do you think? Are you too far away now? Or?
We're active.
Obviously, it must be pretty frustrating in that sense that if you've got bids in and you're talking to people and things can't happen soon enough. I think everybody's the same. It's been slow, and it's probably been quite tactical and strategic for people that don't want to be showing, you know, their final offers too early. I just think it's been very slow for everybody.